We have continuing coverage on the uptick in reports of lead poisoning happening all over the country, including in Pennsylvania and New York State, due to contaminated cinnamon applesauce pouches. Max Coven joins us live in the studio tonight to tell us what local health officials want you to know and what to be on the lookout for. Max?
Good evening, Nick. Yeah, so I spoke to a Guthrie doctor and the Chemung County Health Department about why lead poisoning is such a serious issue, especially in kids. Now, while the pouches in question have been taken off the shelves, some were sold locally. So this is what you need to know. It's been almost 2 months since the FDA recalled cinnamon applesauce pouches sold by WanaBana, Schnucks, and Weis-brand. And reports of lead poisoning that could be connected to the recall are still popping up across the country.
What happens, sometimes it's related to the water source, sometimes it's related to the environment where the food is produced.
The FDA has an ongoing investigation to see if the lead was intentionally put into cinnamon that went into the pouches. According to the FDA, quote, most children have no obvious immediate symptoms of lead exposure, end quote. However, there are subtle symptoms you can be on the lookout for.
So the symptoms of lead poisoning are often difficult to see at early stages. So nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, things like that can be seen. But really, it's the long-term effects that we're concerned with. People who have long-term, especially children, exposures to lead can have behavioral and emotional issues, as well as pretty severe developmental delays.
In early childhood, we do screen for lead in New York State and most states at age 1 and 2, when people, for their health maintenance or the well visits, they almost always get a blood test for lead.
Hevner says the blood test is done for a child's health maintenance. While a lot of attention is on lead in applesauce right now, one of the main sources of lead poisoning remains homes that were built before 1978. Especially because of paint chips.
Lead is very sweet. And so once a child recognizes that there is a place in the home where they have these sweet paint chips, they'll often go back time and time again. And that's how we start to see this continued exposure.
Now at this time, Nick, the FDA and CDC both have active investigations to see if the lead was intentionally put into the cinnamon applesauce directly into those pouches. Now, if you have any concerns, you should contact your medical provider immediately. Nick?